Paulie, I think you're muted.
How's that?
Oh my God. I was looking on my end thinking that I couldn't hear you. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Play me a soundbite really quick.
I'll do anything you want. How's this?
Yeah. I thought that was on my end. I thought that was on my end, dude.
What's that?
I thought that was on my end. That's why I wasn't saying anything.
No,
And then
finally, who knows how and why this even happens? Dude, when you said, I think you're muted, I looked down. Sure enough, you were right. It was muted. Guess what? I didn't touch a damn thing. It just muted. It's StreamYard, bro. By the way, I went on Kerry Crowley's show yesterday. He uses a totally different platform. But you know what's kind of funny? He's got his own problems with the platform he's using. These things are not bomb-proof, folks. You know what I mean? We're trying to deliver the best possible show. In any case, so you didn't hear a word I said.
Didn't hear a word. I was searching for what might have been on my end. Like, what's happening? What's happening? Why don't I hear him?
Tony, if you say searching, let me quote the late Phil Lesh on Broken Chain right now. Searching for the secret, searching for the sound.
Dude, Tony, great book, by the way. Great book by Phil Lesh, Searching for the Sound.
I believe you and I were in the studio. We interviewed him together back in the. Yes. I still have that on my desktop. I have the Phil Lesh interview. Dude, we should post that someday. We should post. So years ago, Creative Tony and I, Phil Lesh came into the KMBR studios to do an interview with me, and we taped it. So it's Phil Lesh. He's sitting right there, and we're talking to Phil and everything. Do you remember that we recorded that we recorded that interview with Phil in Billy Steele's studio, the late Billy Steele, dude. I hate to say that, but rest in peace, Billy Steele, former metal guy over at 107.7 The Bone. So when Phil sat down, all of Billy's metal CDs were on the console, and he started looking at him. He's like, Death Angel. He was picking up CD. Do you remember that? He was like, Corrosion of Conformity. He was reading all these metal. It was one of the most unusual Phil Lesh moments of all time. But anyway, Tony, God only knows why I was muted. I'm glad you guys can hear me now. Hello, y'all. We're back in place for our high noon broadcast on what I was saying, just a beautiful Tuesday in the Bay. Tony, I think you'd be hard pressed to find better weather anywhere in the world right now than what we have right here. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
It's gorgeous. It is why we pay what we pay to live here, basically, Paulie, because, it's hot and humid on the East Coast. It's showering like a mofo in Philly. It's humid all up and down the eastern seaboard, but we got 78 degrees, little breeze. Maybe it's 80. It's just perfect, dude. So
we don't want to be too precise. Yeah, maybe it's 80, maybe not. But I'm just telling you, it's absolutely perfect today, and great to see everybody. By the way,
you got Carlos De La Fuente down in the desert, and he's got at least $1.05. He's at least $1.05 today, at least.
I'll tell you one thing right now: Paulie Mac is not built for the desert. I'm just not, dude. I'm not built for cacti and dust and sand. You know what I mean? I'll deal with a Phoenix. I'll roll into a Scottsdale. I'll hike some of those crazy ass mountains over there. I have done that. I mean, it's beautiful. Yep. But don't expect to be seeing me out on the streets in the middle of that Arizona sun at high noon or 1 o'clock, dude. No. I'd be indoors with the AC pumping,
Hey, Paulie.
Oh, yes.
I want to go to the Robot Centaur Sports Desk early today.
Okay. Sure.
Before we give love to Dr. Matt Young, our first partner of the day, I would like to say that Robot Centaur sent all of us a text today, just a couple minutes ago, saying the substation uproar may have actually worked. The 49ers are reportedly looking to move their practice facility away from the current site. Hey, might there have been something to the substation after all?
Yes.
What in the freaking frick, dude? No, seriously, the way they treated the media and all these people saying, there might be something to this, there might be something to no chance. We've hired our special scientists. We're special scientists. Hey, now all of a sudden you're trying to move the practice facility. The whole thing is a freaking mess, dude.
You're killing me. Keep going. Give me more. Go.
Sorry, man. It's just a freaking mess, dude.
I want more angry Tony. Keep it coming, dude. Keep this coming. I love this.
It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Get out of Santa Clara. How about get out of Santa Clara? And like we talked about yesterday, the World Cup is just a telltale sign with the crowds, the congestion. And literally the stadium, whatever you want to call the stadium.
Well, it's the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, Tony. Right.
Right. The SFBAS. The SFBAS.
Right.
Yeah, the SF Bass Stadium. Okay. Anyways, dude, it's just all bad mojo. You want to talk about that? we called the show Particles for a reason, man, because you can feel them, good and bad. There are many that, like, it's like energy. There's good energy and bad energy, bad particles and good particles. Of course, we prefer good particles, but there are bad particles just bebopping and scatting all over.
Well, you know what's funny, Tony, that you opened the show with a substation report. And by the way, yes, we are going to do Dr. Young in a second. I also want to announce one of my favorite guys. He was an alumni of the last days of the Murph and Mac show. Our producer, Triple E, Eric Engel, is going to join us today because he has his own show now. I've been a guest on his show. He does a Giants show, and it's on the Locked On Network. So we're going to talk to Eric about the state of the Giants in a little bit too. But I think you tapped into something, dude, and it's kind of it's not a feel-good kind of thing, but I will say this. If you think about the state of the 49ers and the state of the San Francisco Giants, because in the aftermath, not only of this Devers situation, but the whole Bible verse on the hat, that whole controversy, in the aftermath of that, I've read this more than once. You see, it's like different people around the country saying, like, well, you see, now no free agent's going to want to go play in San Francisco because you have to compromise your religious beliefs and blah, 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 blah. So keep that in mind. Then you look at the Niners and you say, well, they're not going to get any free agents because guys don't want to practice by the substation and pull a hammy or blow out an Achilles like Fred Warner, like Trey Greenlaw, like all these guys that have gotten hurt. So they're blaming the substation. Guys don't want to come. They're blaming the restrictions on Bible verses. Guys don't want to come to the. All of a sudden, we're like lepers. Nobody wants to come to the Bay Area. Tony, hold on while I cough. Go ahead.
Well, Paulie, actually, I was going to say, if you said, I think you said I might have tapped into something, Paulie. So because you said I tapped into something, we're going to tap our way around this show, Paulie, because we're gonna give Ariel Hyatt another
nice, dude. This is exactly what we need. And Robot Centaur, I saw you on the comment line before the show started. He goes, guys, please just give me some positivity today. The Giants are so damn depressing. I need some positive. All right, this is it. Robot Centaur, I didn't arrange this, but Tony's all over it, bro. Let it roll. I love this.
I felt we needed some vibes. And again, this is Ariel Hyatt Step Dance. That is the account on Instagram. I stumbled upon her just cruising through, and she tap dances to heavy metal or to classic rock. And so now, and people have found out about her, man. Now she's blowing up. People are sending her requests and everything. Now,
good.
Let's see. Here we go. I'll just let it play. So, dude, hey, Mike, the 49ers been under pressure about the substation and finally decided, you know what, we got to do something about this. So, Ariel, thank you for the tap dancing. David Bowie, thank you for under pressure. And 49ers, thank you for finally coming to your senses and saying, maybe there's something to this.
Well, here's the thing, Tony. There's like, I have to be very careful about celebrating too early here because I think what they're saying is, Tony, they are, quote, exploring new options. Doesn't mean that they're going to move anytime soon. They're just out there exploring. And I'm telling you right now, Tony, I'm exploring all kinds of stuff in my life. Doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, but I'll explore. I'm just saying, beware
right now. If Mike Evans comes to the Niners and all of a sudden, well, I don't want to even say.
I know, totally right.
Then it's like, okay, dude, like, okay. Or if, let's just cross our fingers. Let's just cross our fingers. Nothing happens. Everything's good. And we have a good, healthy season, but we'll see what happens, dude.
Well, Tony, speaking of good health, why don't we just slide right into a Dr. Young spot right now? Handle some show business. You know what I mean? Out on the streets, we got to handle our business. We got to keep up our rep. And then, by the way, I have a big announcement about tomorrow night's show. I'll do that right after Dr. Young. Pardon me, if I don't choke to death first. Okay, Dr. Matt Young. You know him, you love him, you want to be like him, but you can't. I'm kidding. But we love Dr. Matt Young. He's been a nice mug, dude. Nice freaking mug. Dude, I got mug envy. Which Super Bowl was that, man? Which one was that?
Super Bowl 29, dude. Niners.
That's our last one. I know it's kind of sad now.
Joe Robbie Stadium, dude, Miami, Florida.
Those are the good old days. Those are the good old days when Eddie DeBartolo stood on the field at Candlestick after the Niners had just beaten the Cowboys, and they give him the mic. They're giving him the trophy for the conference title and stuff. And then the Candlestick is going crazy. You know what I mean? It's going crazy. Tony was there, and then freaking Eddie DeBartolo grabs the mic and goes, "Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with the Lombardi Trophy. Thank you," and just walks away. And of course, that happened. They blew the Chargers off the field. Now we go and we come back with nothing. Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. Anyway, Dr. Young, sorry. You brought back memories. You're throwing Super Bowl 29 at me, dude. I gotta react, honestly.
Yeah.
You know,
I just grabbed a big mug because it's warm and I needed a lot of water today. That's all, Paulie.
Yeah, we'll be back with the trophy. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Like, I miss the confidence of Eddie D. I miss the swagger of Eddie DeBartolo Jr. You've seen him. You saw the guy who's running the show now at Bruce with the.
You know who gives me Andy Garcia? I'm sorry. You know who gives me Eddie D vibes is Andy Garcia, dude. Because I'm watching him on Landman right now, and I'm like, God, he's just giving me Eddie D vibes.
You know what? I've always liked Garcia. I got no problem with Garcia.
Me too. He's a good actor too, man. He can play like. He's like a drug kingpin in Landman that's just flying jets all over Texas and
flying jets. You know what I mean? Hey, Tony, by the way, if we did the family like 23andMe or whatever it's called, where you retrace the DNA, would I find a connection between Jerry and Andy somewhere in the Garcia pipeline?
I would hope so, Paul.
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
Yep.
Cheers, Jerry. Miss you every day, buddy. I do. I miss him every day. All right. Anyway, sorry. This is a really long time getting to this spot. Dr. Young, this guy's been in the business 25 years, actually north of 25 years at this point. Dr. Matt Young, his office is in San Francisco. He does exceptional work. I mean, I've been a patient of his for over a decade. I've been a friend of his for over a decade as well. Creative Tony has his kids in there like every other week. They're getting stuff done over there. So go visit Dr. Matt Young in San Francisco, right off Union Square. It's 490 Post Street. He offers all the comprehensive dental care you can imagine or you might need: cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics, emergency care. We talk about the staff down at Dr. Young's office. They're all beautiful and friendly and helpful people. And Dr. Young, this is the big thing. I like to get this out there. First of all, get anything done with him: a cleaning, a checkup. Just you need a cavity filled, like minor stuff like that. He's the guy. I'm telling you, you're in, you're out. You feel great. He relaxes you with the headphones. You want to hear Men Without Hats. Maybe you want to hear Safety Dance. I'm like, yeah, I'm pulling a tooth. Give me some Safety Dance. I might ask for that. But he does specialize in implant surgery, implant restorations. And also Dr. Matt Young, the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry, which is quite an honor. And he lectures around the country, gives you an idea of like the expertise that he's bringing to the table. I'm hoping very much we see Dr. Young at the Giants game, PMP night at Oracle Park on August 14th. If you haven't bought your tickets yet, please do so. Go to the YouTube page. Under the profile, you'll find the link. It got set up with the help of the Giants ticket office. So we have an entire section to ourselves this year. It's going to be crazy. So anyway, I'm hoping Dr. Young shows up for that. But in the meantime, you make your appointment today and start living a better life than what you're doing with your current dentist. Because I'm telling you, this guy outperforms. He out hustles them. This is the guy, Dr. Matt Young. 415-392-8611 or email him. It's info@youngdentalsf.com. Thank you, Dr. Young. Love you, buddy.
And Dr. Young, thank you for taking great care of my mouth and also my kids and Megan's mouths. He does a great job with them. And also, Paulie, I wanted to share this with everybody. If you go to youngdentalsf.com, there is an online patient portal. So you can visit the online patient portal and fill out all the paperwork online before your visit, so you don't have to sit there waiting in the waiting room for to do all the paperwork. You can walk in fully equipped, do it online before you come, and that just totally expedites the process when you get to see Dr. Young and the Young Dental SF group. And Paulie, I was just talking to my son Dom and listening to the headphones with Dr. Young. He went with Drake's new album. Just FYI.
Started at the bottom, now we hit. Started at the bottom, now we hit. I don't know any of the new Drake stuff, so I got to quote that one. Yeah,
I don't know any of it either, but I promise you it's vulgar. And so I'm like,
I got to tell you right now, I'm going to say this in front of everybody without any kind of fear or hesitation. I'm not a Drake fan. I'm just not a fan. I don't. You know, he's sitting over there courtside at the Raptors games. Whatever. By the way, Tony the Nutter has.
Wow! Look at this, dude. Look at this.
Get him up there. Yeah.
Come on. Listen, he says, I am a proud new patient of Dr. Matt Young
See,
and just got home from the most pleasurable dental experience I have ever had.
I told you guys. I told you. Yep.
And the Xanax did help for sure, but the staff was absolutely amazing. Nutter, dude, you just put the exclamation point on that Dr. Young spot for today and maybe for the week, dude. That was incredible.
By
Great
the way, is Xanax? I don't think I've never had a Xanax. What is that? A painkiller?
I think it's and it's also like it can be calming, like maybe an anti-anxiety medication too.
That's what I need. I need a whole truckload of anti-anxiety stuff because I'm always spinning. You know what I mean? Like metaphorically speaking, I'm always wound up. I need like bring in the Xanax guy. Actually, dude, we should have a sponsor. Hey, this segment is brought to you by Xanax. You know what I mean? Just start talking about Xanax. I'm on it right now, folks. No, I'm kidding.
Totally. Also, dude, Nutter, thank you so much for the super and for the feedback. And so glad that you checked out Dr. Young. There it is, everybody. It's not from Paulie. It's not from myself. It's not from my kids. It's not from Megan. It is from the Nutter saying just got home from the most pleasurable dental experience he's ever had. That says it all right there. So thank you, Nutter, and thank you, Dr. Young, and thank you to the entire staff at youngdentalsf.com. 415-392-8611 if you want to call and make your appointment, or info@youngdentalsf.com if you want to email. They're taking new patients. They take most insurances. They're open 6 days a week. What else do you freaking need? Let's go.
So Tony, and thank you, Nutter. I'm glad you had a good experience, but I'm not surprised. I would not steer you guys wrong. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't send you guys to somebody who's less than stellar. And Dr. Young is the man. So I'm glad you had a good experience, Nutter. Tony, I want to do something real quick because we kind of ran out of time yesterday. We ended the show. We never got a chance to really at least just mention Clive Davis, the passing of Clive Davis. And I do want to mention this guy. Pardon me. Really important music mogul. I guarantee this, folks. If you don't know who Clive Davis is, you've got stuff in your record collection or on your Spotify playlist that his fingerprints are all over. For example, most famously, Clive Davis is kind of associated with Whitney Houston. He signed her, he discovered her, but he also discovered and signed Janis Joplin. He also discovered and signed Bruce Springsteen. In fact, he signed the Grateful Dead, dude. He signed the Grateful Dead in 1976 when the Deads, they had their own record label and it was too much work. They're like, screw this. And then Clive Davis stepped in and goes, guys, come with me. So he signed the Dead in 76. And importantly to me, Tony Rags, I know you're with me on this. Clive Davis also signed Aerosmith in 1972, and in that classic period of Aerosmith, the stuff that I love, the 1970s stuff, they sing a song called No Surprise, and they talk about Clive Davis in the lyric. They say, old Clive Davis said he's surely going to make us a star. At Max's Kansas City, New York was such a pity, but we won. And anyway, so he talks about Clive Davis signing them in the song No Surprise. So rest in peace, Clive Davis. I just want to make sure that we pour a little bit out for him, because my record collection would be like a quarter of the size it is if I took out all the Clive Davis affected stuff. So rest in peace, Clive Davis, and thank you for having a great eye for talent, bringing Springsteen to the world, bringing Giannis to the world, Whitney Houston, and the list is a mile long, Tony.
Certain people just have an eye and ear for talent, man. He had it. And yes, tip of the cap for an incredible career, dude. Aretha Franklin, he revitalized her career in the 80s. Like, remember the Freeway of Love, dude? On the Freeway of Love. And then also Alicia Keys, I'm reading right here. He helped Santana in the late 90s. That big album, Supernatural, was all Clive Davis. Barry freaking Manilow, and then Paulie, I saved the best for last. He got your guy into the mix, Billy Joel.
Well, everybody makes mistakes here and now. I'm kidding. Everybody chill. I know the Billy Joel army comes after me, dude, because I've been taking shots at Joel for years. It's just kind of what I do. All right. Anyway, rest in peace, Clive Davis. I just wanted to make sure we got that out there. Now, Tony, before Triple E joins us today. Now, again, if you're just joining the show, we have Triple E, former producer of the Murph and Mac show. He's out on his own now doing a Giants podcast on the Locked On Network. I would like you to, if you can. Oh shoot, I forgot. See, this is me, dude. I need like a whiteboard with bullet points because I lose my way all the time. I wanted to mention tomorrow night real quick, and then I'll talk about Triple E and the Giants. So tomorrow night, Creative Tony, we thought it was safe to go back in the water, but it's not. He's still going. His Little League team lost on Saturday, but then Yeah, Pine Needle. My favorite song is The Piano Man. Dude, don't get me going on that piece of S. And I'm talking about Davey because he's still in the Navy. It's like, dude, oh my God. Here comes the folding chair. You know what I mean? If I was in the audience, wham, just throw it right at the stage. Anyway,
I love it.
Tomorrow, are you a Joel guy, Tony, or are you less?
I'm kind of in the middle. Like I'm not a hater. I'm not a lover. I just kind of like, yeah, sure. I mean, like, I don't know. When you hear his music, I don't pull out his music ever to listen to or like seek out his music. But when I do hear it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is pleasant. Or there's some things that I just don't like, like we didn't start the fire. I don't ever need to hear it.
Piece of ass of all time, dude. Yeah. What else do I have to say? We didn't start. Yeah. Oh, dude, cut it out. You know what I mean?
I don't need that. But there is some stuff that I do love. That there's like a feud between Billy Joel and Fish, because like Billy Joel wants to claim the most nights ever played at Madison Square Garden consecutively, but Fish went and took that from him. So it's pretty funny, man, because anyways, it's funny. So Billy Joel, tip of the cap. Clive Davis, tip of the cap.
Thank you.
Do the announcement to the show, and then we can move forward with a little chatter before Triple E joins us at the bottom of the hour.
Okay, so I was going to say, Creative Tony actually has another game tomorrow night, and this is Wednesday. That's our night flight, so we got a little conflict. You know what I did? I go like this. I get my Bruce Bochy and I start tapping the right arm. Give me the righty. Give me the righty out of the bullpen, and give me the guy from New Jersey out of the bullpen. We got to get some Jersey flavor tomorrow night. So Rags is stepping into the batter's box. My main man, Rags, I see him right there. I see the globe right there.
I have a request, Ollie, out of the gates. If you could start the show, maybe I'll call Dom Peralta tomorrow during the day, and maybe Dom can make some artwork. If you put Rags's mug, superimpose it over Anthony Kiedis's mug in the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's really good. That's really good.
The show with a long-haired Rags, because Rags made it known yesterday that he hates the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
So if you can give him crap to start it, but yes, everybody, we lost a heartbreaker 5-4 to San Mateo National on Saturday evening. So that means we play again Wednesday evening at 6:30 in Palo Alto. So if we would have won, we would have played tonight. Instead, we play tomorrow night, and then we go up against Half Moon Bay. And I'm going to check in live. I'm going to call into the show, probably from the Diamond, Paulie, from the Diamond after the show, after the game. Win or lose, I'll call in after the game, and we'll do a quick hit with you guys as well.
I look forward to that, man. I look forward to that. So, sorry, you guys. Choking to death this morning. Yeah, it'll be so. Tony's out tomorrow night. He'll check in from the game, and then here we go again, dude. Every time you mention them, it's like the divide. Here it comes. Miguel, I'm with Rags. F the Chili Peppers. Dude.
No, dude. You
know what it is? I don't want to get in the whole thing today. I really don't. But I will say that when I look at the Chili Peppers, you guys, I'm looking at guys. Listen, these days in 2026. Anybody with a guitar on is an ally. Like if you're playing an instrument, you're a friend of mine. Because these days it's just like people are lip syncing. They got dance entourages. There's pyro. Dude, where's the music? That's my question. Can you play? A lot of times they can't. Not these days. They don't even know how to play. A lot of them aren't even singing. So to me, the Peppers are a good live band. But I don't want to start a civil war here. I don't want to start like a PNP civil war over.
They're a good American band. I don't know.
They've been around for like 40 years. They're still making good records. They're good live. I don't know, but it upsets people. A lot of people don't like these guys. Who knew? So anyway, tomorrow night, Rags is coming out of the bullpen. Tony will be checking in from Little League, and I'll try to get Dami on the show too to produce and all that.
And by the way, thank you, Rags. Thanks for coming out of the pen, brother. Much love. And by the way, we were just saying before the show, when Rags joins the show, it'll be 11 p.m. Rags time.
He's always been this way, dude. Like even in high school, like when we were kids, like true story, like I'd be going to bed on a school night in like my junior year, my senior year of high school. And all of a sudden there'd be somebody outside my window, like chucking rocks at my window, little pebbles. And I look out there's Rags. He's like, come on down. So we'd be hanging out at like 1 a.m. on school nights. And we were totally out of control. We were wild kids. But so anyway, this is nothing new. Rags stays up all night, every night. He's been doing it his whole life. True story. Yeah.
I love it.
You ever do any of that, Tony? Any sneaking out on school nights in high school?
I did. Yeah.
A lot was going on back then.
It was a different time.
It really was. That's what I tell my kids. Don't even worry about it. It was a different time.
Now everything's tracked and everything is, there's cameras everywhere. And it's like, oh, I can see, if I snuck out like nowadays, somebody would drive down the street and see me walking and like film me and then send it to my parents and say, I just got Tony out at like 11:30 at night. It's a school night.
He's just walking down El Camino Real. I saw him. He's just walking around. See, and that's why we grew up at the right time, dude. I'm so grateful that we grew up before the advent of cell phones and internet and Twitter and all this, because you can get away with anything back then. And we did. And we did, folks. I got to tell you.
Yes,
so, all right, Tony, real quick, before Triple E joins us, if you guys haven't seen this, I think it's worth a quick watch. In bookmarks, Tony, if you can get over there and pull out the Eric Burns piece. Our buddy Burns kind of blew a gasket talking about Devers. And rather than hear me do the same thing that I did yesterday, I thought it might be interesting to hear from a former pro that we all kind of know and respect. I think everybody's cool with Eric Burns. And the guy loves baseball. He's very passionate about the game. And like a lot of other former players, we're all kind of scratching our heads at this moment and saying, and by the way, no messaging coming out of the Giants. Nothing. Nothing was said. Nothing was released. Like should Devers be disciplined? Honestly, like by the front office or by his manager? Who knows? Because we haven't heard a damn thing. But Burns, he had a lot to say, Tony.
And I got a couple other things to show you in bookmarks of the Norwegian soccer fans. I just wanted that's going to be my tease for bookmarks after Eric Burns, and then we'll get to Triple E.
Sure.
I'm going to pause this so we can start at the right spot and give it a nice share, so everybody can get in the mix with Burns. And okay, look at this guy. All right, this is
the shades on, dude.
All right, here we go. All right, stand by.
Have you seen this, Tony?
No, I have not, but I love watching his clips. I love watching Burns, especially when he's on with Will Clark. The two of them talking ball. It's fantastic.
The best. It is.
Here we go. Here we go.
Look, this is pretty simple. That's one of the most dog shit, immature, embarrassing moments that I've seen from a big league player. As unprofessional as you could possibly get, as selfish as you could possibly be, by basically saying, fuck you to your manager, fuck you to your teammate, fuck you to your first base coach, and really kind of fuck you to the game of baseball in general. It was horrific. I cannot make light of this situation at all, really. Tony Vitello's trying to sweep it under the rug. Hey, it's no big deal, competitor. I want my guy to be out there. Dude, save that shit, man. If he wasn't making 300 large, he'd be fucking released. Gone.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I like the passion, Tony. I like that it's not just us that this upset. It obviously upset a lot of people in and around the game, including former players. Like Burns, he played in a different era. And Will Clark played in the era before that. And those guys, they didn't tolerate this kind of S, man. They did not. You didn't behave this way on the field back then. And I really do think on some level, this is just my opinion, I think that the salaries have gotten so astronomical. I think that has to play into this whole scenario on some level. Like in Devers' mind, he's like, who are you, dude? You're a rookie? Cox, get out of here. I'm a highly paid, I'm the blue guy out here. So I think like the money's just gotten so out of control. And, Devers, listen, again, like I was saying yesterday, you got to just look at what's in front of you. I think we all kind of knew or felt internally that this was something that probably was inevitable. If you look at how he behaved in Boston, he was celebrated, he was loved, and then when he became unhappy, he became a petulant child. And that's kind of what we saw the other day. Now, where it goes from here, I really have no idea.
We talked about it. We're gonna send him a car. We're gonna send him a Waymo or an Uber, and we're gonna pick up Brandon Ayuk on the way and put him on the first plane out of town, because I want them to. That was it. That was it. And again, if they were 46-31 instead of 31-46, if Devers was hitting even 260, if Devers even had 15 home runs when he should have even more than that.
Yeah, his numbers are nothing to like get excited about. They're very pedestrian. They're very pedestrian. For the amount of money this guy's making, you expect at least twice as much as what he's given us. And well, here's Badges. See, now this is interesting. Tony, if you could, there's a super from Badges. I'd like your kind of reaction to that one.
Yeah. Salary cap now. Yes, dude. Yes, exactly. This is why the work stoppage might happen, dude, because of the salary cap. That's needed. It's absolutely needed. Stinky Badges. I totally agree with you, dude. And the amount of money Devers is getting paid, and he's not, there's no return on the investment, dude. It's a total flop of a move, unfortunately. And we all liked it when it happened. Anybody who tries to tell me, oh, I didn't like it when it happened, and I was really pissed they got rid of Harrison. Like, Harrison wasn't doing well as a Giant, and Devers was doing well as for the Red Sox. Was a good player in the American League.
Yeah.
So it was a good move when they made the move on paper. It just fell flat on its face, and he has not been a good Giant at all. And again, we talked about this yesterday. I would like to hear from him every now and again. I mean, I really would.
Yeah.
You're supposedly the superstar of the team, and we never hear from you.
Behave that way. Behave like you're a leader. Behave like you want to set an example for the rest of the guys to follow as a formidable kind of talent in the dugout. And he does none of those things. And he doesn't lead, and he doesn't behave the way Tony. He doesn't talk to the media like Tony said, or not nearly enough where you'd like to hear what's going on. Like, why did you do that? Why were you so upset? Talk to us, dude. We're the guys paying for everything. The fan base pays these guys, and I believe that these guys owe the fan base at least an explanation. I really feel strongly about that.
Also, Paulie, the main word there in Burns's rant that like hits hard for me, hits home the most to me is the word selfish, because it's just a plainly selfish move. Because if you think about the situation in the game, they needed wheels on the base. Okay, they needed, like, if somebody hits a gapper, Cox might have been able to score on a gapper.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they needed wheels on base. The situation called for it. Was a good managerial move by Vitello. It really was. I firmly believe it was.
It's a smart move. It's a baseball move. You're trying to tie the game, dude. And Devers has no wheels. He doesn't have speed.
No,
Let's get some.
The fact that Devers didn't think about the situation and instead is just
about him. It's more about him
being a selfish jackhole. And it's like, dude, recognize the situation, and also recognize the fact that you're having a dog-ass Giants career, and the Giants are struggling. And here's a chance you get on base, tip of the cap, good job. Now it's time to play some, small ball, or it's time to manufacture a run and tie this game up. It was a joke of it. It was a joke, dude. And the way he kind of like scurries Cox away with his hand. It's like, dude,
he looked like such a douchebag. And by the way, shout out Arkansas Dave, who goes, you know what? Devers needs an interpreter to talk to the media. Arkansas Dave's asked a good question. Do we have an interpreter out there who speaks bitch? Great one, Dave. I'm feeling you, buddy. I got the snout right behind me, bro. I got the reminder. Yeah.
If Shohei can have an interpreter, so can Devers.
Dude, he's out there. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Devers.
All right, let's do this, kids. Let's do this. Let us. I want to bring in Eric Eric Engel, but can I get a Carlos spot in first, Tony? Is that okay?
Yeah. By the way, we got Neil Donardi on the chat. I just wanted to throw that out there. I see Neil live and direct on the chat. What's up, Neil?
Yeah, what's up, Neil? Happy Father's Day. A couple days late, but I hope you had a good one, brother. Always great to see him.
Look at this guy. He's talking. I love it, man. Neil, that's great to see. He's talking.
Look at the reaction too. He's like a rock star. Rags, Neil. Oh my God, Neil's here. I know everybody loves Neil Donardi. Trying to get a piece of that Donardi vibe, dude, because it's a good vibe. Tony, the vibe of a Carlos De La Fuente, also second to none. Real quick before we go to Triple E. I want to talk about Carlos. He's got himself a new gig, folks. Let's talk about it. He has moved on to greener pastures. He is now working with and for Barrett Financial and Lowe's. Congratulations again, buddy. I'm a week or so away. I know I've been saying this, but I am coming your way, dude. I am going to be doing business with you, Carlos, but we're doing so much other stuff right now. We're just checking them off the list, but you're coming. You're on the list. In the meantime, if you're like, Paulie, what are you going to talk to Carlos about? Well, there's a variety of things I want to talk to Carlos about. Let me tell you what he can do for starters. If you're new to the show, or if you want just a little background on what Carlos is doing, Carlos is a guy who loves his customers. He's a guy who loves taking care of his customers, his clients, and making sure that they are taken care of and in a better place after they do business with Carlos. Now, Los D is 27 years in the mortgage industry. You want to talk about real experience? There it is. Tony, 27. Shout out Adam Walker, okay?
Nice.
Actually, better off, let's not shout him out. But in any case, Carlos has been doing this for 27 years. He's had decades of trading and lending experience. He's seen just about every scenario imaginable when it comes to purchasing or refinancing a home. Maybe you're out there and you're like, yeah, man, but I got bad credit. My credit's not great. Let Carlos worry about that. You talk to Carlos and give him the real deal. Tell him if you've got a couple of blemishes there, it's okay. We all do, man. Talk to Carlos if you got bad credit. Maybe you've got good credit. Maybe you've got heavy debts or tax liens. There's all kinds of things. Bankruptcies in some cases. That's not going to scare Carlos off. In fact, that's going to make him work twice as hard to satisfy you and get you into a better place. Some of the things Carlos can help with, Tony: conventional loans, FHA loans, VA loans, purchasing, refinancing, and reverse mortgages. We talked about that. He did that for Rennell's mom, Rennell Brooks Moon. He did a reverse mortgage for Rennell's mom. You can refinance. There are options for seniors, by the way, 62 and up, where no mortgage monthly payments would be due for life, which is pretty freaking amazing. And then there's just the old-fashioned private hard money loans. Listen, we all need some cash in our pocket. We've talked about how tough of a year this is, 2026, man. The cost of everything is skyrocketed. It's not easy. I don't care if you're Rafi Devers or if you're Paulie Mack. You go to the grocery store, you go like, damn, when did chicken cost me $30 a pack? But that's what's going on now. Tony, be glad you're a vegan because the chicken prices have skyrocketed, and I'm unhappy about it. I made a nice chicken dish the other night. Ready for this one? Chicken breast with, and then I baked the chicken, and then I put Munster and wrapped that in prosciutto at the very end, and it just has this really nice kind of salty mixture thing going on there. Try it. Nice. Chicken with prosciutto and Munster. Try it at home, folks. Anyway, Carlos De La Fuente with Barrett Financial. He's going to help you out, and he's going to get you into a better financial reality. And now, last thing I'll say about the new home at Barrett, he's going nationwide, folks. Yeah. I'm talking from Boise to Burlingame. You feel me, Tony? I'm talking from, I don't know, give me from New York to Newark here in California. He can handle, so Arkansas Dave, P1 Chuck, you know what I mean? Sweet Mad Hatter, Doug in Japan, for God's sakes. You want to do business with Carlos? It's on the table. Give him a shot. Give him a call, 925-250-4894. Also email Carlos, carlosd@barrettfinancial.com. Now, if you're on Spotify, I'll spell that for you. BARRETT financial.com. Carlos D at barrettfinancial.com. And Carlos, congrats again, brother, on the new gig. And I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will because you're the best. And onward and upward, brother. Thank you.
We are so stoked for Carlos because it couldn't have happened to a nicer, harder working, passionate, caring individual. Seriously, all those adjectives fit Los to a T. And I just want to reiterate that if you or it's all word of mouth for Los, right? This business. And he went out on his own and now he's with Barrett and he deserves to be. But if you know somebody that, anywhere else around the country and they're looking for some help, have them call Carlos. Have them get in touch with Carlos. He can definitely help you. And he says now the options are huge with Barrett Financial Group. So it doesn't just stick to the Bay Area and it doesn't just stick to the West Coast. Now it's nationwide, as Paulie said. It's like ZZ Top's I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide. It's basically another theme song for Carlos De La Fuente. So if you know somebody that needs some help, Carlos will take care of them. Please pass the word on about Carlos De La Fuente. 925-250-4894. Carlos D at barrettfinancial.com.
And Carlos, last thing I'll give you on this one today, Sweet Mad Hatter checking in from the great Northwest. He goes, hey, Los D, I need funding for a second grow room. Bravo. Yeah. Bravo. You got to take care of Sweet Mad Hatter's plants, dude. He's a serious botanist. He's got the plants growing. He's got the leg at the ready. So God bless you, Sweet Mad Hatter. Let's get you that second grow room. Okay, let's get in touch with one of our friends. We love this kid. And, Tony, he kind of became like a little brother to me in the Grateful Dead community. I'll never forget when he's like dipped his toe into the Grateful Dead pool. I think the first show he went to was Bobby and the Wolf Brothers at the Warfield. And I was at the same show. I was up in the balcony, and he texted me at the set break, and he was like, dude, I'm down here on the floor. And he reminded me of myself when I was young, when you're like so excited, and you're like, I can't believe this is even going on. This is the greatest. So anyway, I'm very fond of this kid, and he's got a lot of giant takes of his own. So let's bring him on, Tony. Eric Engel, Triple E, a kid we know and love, and I want to talk some giant ball with him today.
There he is, Triple E.
Yeah.
Well, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Hey, we're doing good. Look at you in the cozy confines. Now, that's the studio for your locked-in show, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is also my bedroom, but yeah, doubles as my studio as well.
Yeah, it's funny you do bedroom. The so-called studio that I'm working in right now is my kids' old bedroom before they moved out of the house. So yeah, bedrooms ahoy, dude. All right, so Triple E, listen, dude, listen. We have spent all day yesterday, good portion of the show so far today, just kind of talking about the Devers situation. And let me ask you this, man. As a guy who talks about the Giants, now you post shows every day, Eric. Let's talk about that actually real quick. You should plug your own show. Is that an every day?
It's after every Giants game. We do a postcast, which is just basically a Giants postgame show on the Locked On Sports Network. You can find us anywhere that you get your regular podcast or on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. And just search Locked On Giants and you'll find us. You also get daily shows during the week, every day, Monday through Friday, Alan Stiles. He does some radio work up in Sacramento also, and he was a frequent guest on the nighttime show at KNBR several years ago when I used to do that with Dieter. And I would book Alan Stiles all the time. He does great work. So definitely check out the Daily Show as well. But yeah, post games for the Giants. We also do Locked On 49ers shows with Dwayne Board. And why wouldn't you want to listen to Dwayne Board give you 49ers takes? So make sure you're tuning in for that one too.
Yeah, Dwayne Board for life, dude. Shout out Pee Wee. And by the way, the audience, Particle Patton, Miguel, Rags, we don't need no badges. A lot of people giving Triple E some love today. Pine Needle, he calls them Trippy Hippie Triple E. I like that. Trippy Hippie. Total compliment in my book as far as I'm concerned. Anybody calls me a triple hippie, yeah. I'm happy. All right, but anyway, Triple E, here's what I want to ask you first of all. And then Tony, you can get your questions in too, but
totally.
Do you expect any kind of discipline for Devers, like in the aftermath of this? Like somebody has to step up and say, like, I'm in charge. This is unacceptable. Devers, you're suspended, you're fined, you're whatever. So far, nothing. Do you expect that something like that will happen?
I mean, Buster does have a presser today at 2:00, and I have a feeling that they're gonna kind of talk about that incident, but I really don't expect anything more. I mean, max, you would see maybe Devers sits a game, you know what I mean? But also at the same time, like, he could use a day off. It's not like this guy is tearing the cover off the ball lately, and he's been, I mean, just flat out not very good this season for a guy who's getting paid $30 million a year and is locked up for what, the next like 7 years with the Giants. It's depressing to watch this guy go out and play baseball every day. And I don't know, I feel like Buster will kind of, have some words to say about the situation, but that's all it kind of really is. I think it's just words. I don't think any of this is really, you aren't gonna see Rafi Devers like actually punished. I don't think. I think at most you see Tony Vitello kind of hiding behind Buster and making Buster go out there and say, you can sit down a day. But I don't think Vitello has earned like the cachet to be able to do that. And I mean, he should be able to, as a manager. You should be fully empowered to make decisions that affect your daily lineup at a bare minimum, right? And that's just kind of been stripped away, I feel like, at this point, especially when you see something like we saw, Sunday night, and Rafi Devers just waving off both Vitello and Jonah Cox. And if you're Jonah Cox in that situation, man, like, credit to that guy for not just walking over and bitch slapping Rafi Devers. You know what I mean? Because that's what you deserve in a situation like that. Like, that's something you see in like Little League. You know what I mean? A kid throwing a temper tantrum because he doesn't want to come out of the game. And then not only does it not stop there, it gets worse. Like, he descends into the dugout, swerves around his coach who's trying to dap him up at the bottom of the step. Logan Webb's sitting there looking like he's just going to crawl out of his skin while he's staring at Rafi Devers throw this, 10-year-old temper tantrum. And then he runs away to the locker room. Like, what a baby, man. And what a straight up baby.
No, it's well said. That was very childish behavior. And now I think it's safe to say, like, you look at what happened in Boston, you look at what just happened here in San Francisco, and this is what I would call, Tony, a pattern of behavior. So that being considered, I got one more, Tony, and then you jump in after this, but one more for Triple E. All that being considered, his behavior, would there possibly be interest from any other team? Like, because why would any team want to take this on with that price tag?
No, there's, zero chance. Like, if you believe that the Giants can actually get offers for Rafi Devers, I got some beachfront property in Idaho to sell you. I got a bridge over in Brooklyn that I might want to, see if you're interested in as well. Because, nobody could be stupid enough to trade for this guy, because that's what a move for this guy at this point would be. Is just flat out stupid. Like, the money and the production don't even match. Even if he was like a quote unquote great locker room guy, which the Giants love to talk about their great locker room guys and tout them as like great players, even though they kind of suck. And like Willie Adames, you can see him right behind me with this stupid Powerade bat going. And it's I don't care how good of a locker room guy you are, if you're hitting 230 and can't crack 30 home runs. Like, I really just don't care. I don't need you on this team. I don't. I need guys who are, good baseball players before they're good locker room guys. And, with recent things I've seen from this team, with the way that they're treating each other out there, Rafi Devers to Jonah Cox, with the whole Pride Night thing with the bullpen, like, And Logan Webb having to stand there and answer for all of this BS constantly, even though he's involved in virtually none of it.
Right.
Like how that chemistry to me seems like it's mixing like oil and water.
Yeah.
And it just does not seem like it is going well. This is the most unlikable Giants team in my entire life.
Well said.
I'm turning 33 in August. I would rather watch like the post Barry Bonds Giants any day of the week than this stuff that we got going right now. I don't care that you have like, guys who you recognize and you can go get the jersey or whatever. Like you would have to pay me money to throw on a Rafi Devers gamer right now. You would need to pay me money to put on a Willie Adames jersey right now. I mean, it's horrible, man. Going down the road feeling bad.
Yeah, dude. You're going down the road feeling like crap, Tony. You know what I mean? I'm going down the road and I'm sick of this S. That's my new song.
Going down the road feeling like you just got kicked in the balls, Paulie.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, man.
Well, my question, I'll end it with a quick question, but I want to say, Paulie and I were talking about how selfish of a move it was to basically pull this crap. When the point in the game, it was a good managerial decision to put in one of the fastest kids in MLB who just got called up a couple weeks ago and let him run wild. And Devers doesn't see that, doesn't recognize that, and it's all made it all about himself. Yep. I feel like this is kind of a pivotal moment for Buster and for the front office to do something and get out in front of this and kind of say that they don't tolerate this crap. And they don't tolerate this type of stuff. And I just feel like that just shows the type of person Devers is, especially then you watch somebody tried to console him in the dugout and he shrugged him off. And we paused on Logan Webb's stare, like staring like holes through his face, through Devers' face, because he wanted to just deck him. And, basically my question is, are you guys ready to endure this through 2033? Are you ready to endure this 20?
No.
Think about that. Think about that.
We don't even know if we're going to be here in 2033. You, me, Trips, none of us. I mean, I don't even know if the planet will be here in 2023 at the rate things are going. So, no, I have no time for a contract with Devers through 2023. No time at all for that, Tony. I hate even thinking about that.
I'm just saying. His salary every year. 33 million in 2027, 33 million in 2028, 33 million in 2029, 33 million in 2030. Then you save a little bit of money, only 31 million for the next 3 years after that. And it's all fully guaranteed. You're stuck with this guy. And you're looking at everybody in Boston right now doing a victory lap, because all of them knew what this guy was about. And in retrospect, when you look at the whole situation, the way that he forced his way out of Boston, starting in the offseason when he was just upset with Alex Bregman being there and said, I don't want to play first base, and threw a temper tantrum all the way across the country to San Francisco. Then when he gets here, you remember the Will Clark thing? First week that he's here, he blows off Will Clark on practicing first base and learning how to play first base from one of the best first basemen to ever play the position in the franchise. And Will has to go out and make the excuse for Rafi Devers. Rafi can't even go do it himself. Will Clark has to go talk to the media and say, oh, well, Rafi just didn't want to do it in front of his former team and didn't want to show him up like that. And I mean, for Will, think about who is saying that, man. Will play, like every personal value he had aside in that moment to go stand up for Rafi Devers, who did not have the cojones to go stand in front of the media and say the words himself. And just because he wanted it to work for the franchise, for the Giants. And that's like how much the franchise means to Will Clark. I mean, if you've ever heard Will Clark talk, and if you're lucky enough to have talked to him like the three of us have, you know how hard-headed and stubborn this guy is and stuck in his ways and morals. And that's just not something that he compromises. And so for Will freaking Clark be the guy in that situation to have to stand up for you because you're too much of a damn baby to go out and say, I was embarrassed to do this in front of my old team. Like, come on, man.
Hey, Tony, go ahead, T. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say, too, this is also a pivotal moment for Devers, because we were talking to Triple E about how we don't ever hear from Devers. He never talks to the media. And so, but this is a chance for him to get out in front of it and for him to come clean and for him to maybe say, hey, I made a mistake. I goofed. My bad. but I just don't think we'll see that. And I don't. Do you guys think we'll see that? Because I don't think we'll see that. Even though I would love that would actually go a long way. I think
huge. That would be huge.
Problem. That would solve this.
But he won't do that. He won't do that.
Talking about it, if Rafi Devers was to do that, we would actually probably be saying, you know what? Maybe this is a sign that he is trending in the right direction. That he's buying in to Tony Vitello and the Giants. That's what we'd be sitting here saying.
Yeah.
Hey, no, that
is
Tony
teammate of the year.
You guys, I would love for that to happen, Tony. I highly doubt it will. Question for both of you guys, real quick, and this will say a lot. Is Devers in the starting lineup today?
I hope.
Oh, sure.
Sure. Damn.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah, sure. Huh?
100% he's in the lineup.
If I was a skipper, I'd be like, dude, you're not playing today. In fact, you're not playing at all. This whole homestand. Sit down. Just sit.
I'm sure you guys heard the presser that Tony Vitello had, where he basically completely. I mean, he gets asked if he's going to talk to Rafi about the situation, and he completely dodges the question and says, "Oh, I talk to Rafi every day." Dude, we know everybody knows that's not what the question is.
No.
That means no. I'm not going to go stand up to him and talk to this guy.
I promise you, he'll be in the lineup tonight. I promise you.
Well, Tony, I will say this too. And Triple E, tell me your thoughts about this. I actually look at this situation as ugly as it is, as embarrassing as this is. And we're on the national stage, dude. People are just laughing at the Giants at this point. They're just laughing. They look at you guys. You guys are buffoons out there. The whole Pride Night thing, that whole it's been the worst PR month, honestly, without exaggerating, that I can remember around here in a very, very long time.
Hey, Paulie, don't forget the Matt Chapman throw the effing ball. I mean, catch the effing ball. Catch the effing ball. Like, there's been all. Go ahead. I just want to get that in there. Go ahead.
The Casey Schmidt.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. That was
a great year.
Now I'm getting more pissed off. But here's the thing. Vitello could look at this moment right now and say, like, this is actually an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to step up and be like, that's it. No more of this crap. Like, he could take the bull by the horns right now. Shout out to the principal and Breakfast Club. I got you, Bender, for 2 months. Yeah. You met the bull, you get the horns. I was just going to say, though, like, he could use this moment as an opportunity to exert some leadership, to exert some kind of discipline. I just don't think we're going to see that, unfortunately.
No. And how amazing would it be? What if the press conference is Buster, Dusty, Bochy, and Wash? And then all of a sudden, Buster says, "You know what? We've got some thoughts on the situation." And
just give the mic to Wash. Just give it to Wash. Let him go. He's, let me tell you about this mother effer right now. Like smoking butts. I got a few things I want to say about Rocky Devers. Just drilling butts, dropping F-bombs. That's what we need.
Like, I wonder honestly, I wonder what Bochy and Dusty are saying behind the scenes about like what went down, because that kind of stuff.
Bochy would not tolerate this crap.
Right.
Bruce Bochy would not tolerate. He would it would have been handed down. I think he would have been suspended. He would have been fined, maybe both. The fact that this is like some kind of rudderless ship now is very concerning. It should be to all Giant fans.
And Triple E, I want to get your take on this too. But to be fair, it's Vitello's first year, and he is in a very, very unique position. Being
He's
his
in a tough
first year.
spot. He is
first year in MLB, coming from Tennessee. Like, it's a very, very tough spot for Vitello to be in, because he's trying to like keep the peace in the locker room. He's trying to take care of his. Obviously, we're finding out that Devers is a very soft superstar, right? I saw Pine Needle in the comments saying that he got burned by the media in Boston. Sure, that's Boston, dude. That's why you left Boston. Many reasons why you left Boston. And I'm sorry to hear you, and thank you for the info, Pine Needle. But give the new fan base a chance to get to know you. Put yourself out there, man. They want to and like talk to other people about the fan base. I just looked up Devers' numbers, dude. 11 home runs in 77 games.
Cut the crap. You know
97 strikeouts in 77 games. Batting .238. And only 36 RBIs. It's unacceptable, man. And his tenure as a Giant has just been awful. And it's a bust of a deal so far. And then to do this, to not have the presence of mind to know, to not read the room and know, okay, this is, they're pinch running for me because we're down a run. And this guy is twice my speed. I'm just going to, graciously, he made such a scene. And the umpire didn't know what to do. The first
Nobody
base
knew chaos.
didn't know what to do.
Poor Jonah Cox is standing there looking around like, what do I do? Like,
you know what, you guys? Let me throw something else on the pile here, because this, I don't know if we've even mentioned this yet, but this is all the more frustrating about all of this, that this whole dog and pony thing goes down. Devers comes into the dugout. He's stomping his feet. Won't let anybody touch him. Meanwhile, Cox never steals. He never even tries to steal. After all that craziness and embarrassment, Cox gets out there and he doesn't go. It's like dude, all that for nothing. Like because Devers could have done that. If that was the deal, maybe that's like why Devers was so pissed. It's like, if you're not going to steal a base, why are you pulling me out of this game?
No, but Devers doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. He's got to know the situation and know. I'm wondering if they told Cox, because he's so fast, hey, you have the green light, just go when you're ready, and he never felt ready. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of as to why they didn't send him at some point, because the guy is lightning fast. So and that's why they made the move. And again, I like the move from the get-go, because if there's a gapper hit, there is a chance that he can score from first.
Yeah, and all this makes sense in theory, but all this says to me is that Tony Vitello is really just in over his head. And you kind of expect him to be, right? You kind of hoped that because this team had so many veterans on it, because you had all the support from Dusty and Bochy, that you would be able to bring Vitello along. And I don't think anybody expected like a tumultuous clubhouse from the San Francisco Giants in 2026. And not only is Vitello having to navigate situational, what do I do on, with a major league team instead of a college team, and it's more of a marathon in the major league season instead of a sprint in college baseball. And instead of worrying about those things, he's spending far more time managing personalities right now than he's ever had to do in his entire career. Like in college, nobody would have tried that kind of stuff with Vitello, the same way that nobody would have even tried to try that stuff with Bruce Bochy in Major League Baseball, because you just would not do that, because that guy has so much cachet, and you just would not disrespect someone like that. And Vitello just doesn't have that here with the San Francisco Giants yet, and he's being tested by a locker room full of crybabies. That's really what it is.
Well, I just question for you, Triple E, that we discussed yesterday. Do you think Vitello is here for another year, another season?
I honestly hope so. I think that he's the most likely scapegoat, but I also do think that ownership would be really dumb to sit there and think that the fan base would buy that. I think that the Giants fan base is in general a pretty smart baseball fan base. And I don't think the fans are going to look at Tony Vitello as the problem with this team. Tony Vitello might not be the best manager in baseball, but if we made a list of Giants problems, Tony Vitello is like not even in the top 20.
Well, Tony Vitello is not committing 51 errors on defense, second worst in MLB.
No, Tony Vitello's not out there yelling at Casey Schmidt in the middle of a game. Tony Vitello is not out there like Adames, who has no idea how many outs there are in the inning. But let me ask you guys both this question, Tony, because you played ball at a high level, and Triple E, you know the game inside and out. And I mean this sincerely, like what would it take from this point on for the rest of this season? What would it take for Vitello to kind of win that clubhouse over, or at least earn some respect, so guys aren't behaving that way on the field? Like, Tony, what would he have to do to finally be looked at as like an authority figure? Because clearly they don't respect him right now.
Maybe I'll play some sound instead. Maybe Vitello should have done this.
If you need a beer, grab a beer.
Yeah, I'll have some beers with the boys. I don't know, Paulie. I mean, winning helps all of this also.
Yes.
So if again, like we've said multiple times, if the record was reversed, this is a minor thing, and if the Devers' stats were higher, I just feel like all the eyes are on the manager, because it's his first year and he's never been in Major League Baseball before, and it's a pressure situation for him. And to his credit, he has put out so many different lineups.
Yeah.
And he's trying to create something. He's trying to make something happen. He's trying to find a diamond in the rough. Without Arise and Jung-Hoo Lee, like this lineup has been, and then thank God they brought up Bryce Eldridge. We said in preseason they should have had Eldridge on the roster from the get-go, had him back, just put him in the 8th spot and let him go.
That's been one of the lone bright spots this year, is that Eldridge has come up and the game is not too big for him. He definitely belongs up here. And also I would throw Casey Schmidt on that pile. He's been a positive too. Yeah.
And Bryce, since don't forget, we didn't get that right away once Bryce came up. We had to watch him get platooned and sit on the bench every other day. He used as a pinch hitter, which no other team with a top 20 prospect in Major League Baseball would ever consider doing. And not, I mean, it's Tony Vitello might not have pushed the right buttons, but it's what do you do if all your buttons are self-destruct buttons? Which self-destruct button do you push? You know what I mean? Like, am I going to go with Matt Gage, or am I going to go with, like Keaton Wynn to blow the save today? Or maybe we'll just go to old reliable Ryan Walker and his 10 blown saves over the last year. Like, I don't know what you can really do in that situation. I don't put that. I mean, the guy who should be on the hot seat is Buster. And I love Buster Posey, the baseball player, but I can separate the player from the president of baseball ops, and Buster, the president of baseball ops, is not good at his job. Like, he's just flat out not good at his job. Look at this roster. Yeah. That's his main job, is assemble the roster. And it is dog crap. It is so bad. It is the worst, most nonsensical roster you could look at and think, oh yeah, we'll be good with this. Like, who looked at this bullpen and said, "Oh yeah, this is some good stuff here"? Like, what? I feel like
bullpen was a concern. Bullpen was a concern coming this spring, and we were talking about that before opening day. I do like the fact that they brought a rise here, so I got to give him credit for that move. And please, if anybody in the front office can just stick up for keeping a rise and not trading him, I would love that. I know I'm in the minority. I know they can get multiple players for him. I know he's going to be highly sought after, but if they could keep him and build around him, I would be so happy for that, because of what. Also, he's a vibe too, man. Like, he's a vibe.
I love watching him play.
Yeah. And I think that is infectious, man. So I don't know. He's probably going to be gone, and Logan Webb's probably going to be gone. It's going to be a very, very
I know. And then on the aftermath of this too, let's just say they do deal Logan Webb, and part of me, Triple E, we've been saying on the show here for a few days now, we're kind of like almost hoping he finds a better home than he has here, because he deserves it. The guy's a workhorse, leads the NL in innings pitched. He did it last year. I mean, the guy is an old school pitcher. He goes out there to compete. It's his game. Let me do this. I mean, he went 8 innings the other day until Devers did his whole song and dance out there. So part of me wants to see that. But then I guess final question for you today, Triple E, and we'll let you go after this is, and Tony, jump in on this too. When you think about the Bochy years and when they were winning World Series, like, obviously it was an attractive destination for people. Like, they brought Mike Morrison, they brought Jake Peavy in, a guy who would want to Cy Young, and then they helped them succeed again. So what kind of free agent's going to want to come here? Nobody's going to want to come here if this continues. Like, there's no control. The players are acting out. The Giants are 15 games under. Like, I am worried about that too. I'm worried about like what they're going to be able to do with free agency, because no one's going to want to play here.
Yeah, the only way to remedy that, right, is to overpay. And the front office has shown that they're definitely not doing that. So I have the same worry that you do, Paulie, which means that you're going to probably have to take another Raffy Devers-like trade risk and take a big swing, because you're not going to be able to get somebody to come here on their own free will. And that's really concerning. And real quick, before we move on from the Logan Webb thing, dude, since he has returned from injury, since May 29th, he started 5 games and given up 4 runs.
Come on.
In every one of those starts, except for his first start, in which he only threw 4 1/3 innings, he has gone 7 innings against the Brewers, 8 innings against the Nationals, 8 innings against the Cubs, 8 innings against the Marlins. You know what the Giants' record is in those games?
I'm afraid.
2-3.
Yeah.
2-3. And 2 of the games that they lost were 8-inning starts from Logan Webb. It's embarrassing, man. Like, give the guy something to compete. Like, he looks sad. Like, Logan Webb is not a guy who puts on a happy face very well. And he just looks like he is tired of this.
Hey, Triple E, I'm tired of it too. We're all sad. Logan Webb's sad. I'm sad. Even Creative Tony said, "Hey, listen, Tony, I've never seen Triple E this animated, like in a negative sense." That tells you how bad the team is. Yeah.
I was going to interject and say, like, so Triple E, how's everything outside of Giants baseball in your world?
My life is great outside of Giants baseball, but Giants baseball, man, let me just give you a rundown, because I spent some time thinking of this earlier today and just wanted to kind of throw out some moments from this season for you guys. And if I'm missing any, like, chat, let me know. And so let's start day one, not even day 1, day 0 in Scottsdale. Tony Vitello goes at Susan Slusser and tells her she is wrong in her reporting of how he got the job. Then
Bad move.
Hayden Birdsong, Tommy John in the preseason, already bad vibes. Then you get the home opener. You are the opening game for the entire all of Major League Baseball against the Yankees. You get swept and embarrassed and lose bad in all of those games. You don't get a single run that first weekend. First team in all of baseball to ever do that.
I forgot about that.
Hey, Triple E, timeout. If you would have told me that on opening night, Aaron Judge will have a golden sombrero and the Giants will still lose the game, I would say you're insane. And they still lost the game. He had 4 Ks.
And we had a great watch party at Standard Deviant that night, too. We were all having a great time. I forgot that, Triple E, though. The Giants didn't even scratch a run out in their first 3 games.
That's kind of why I want to go through this, because there's so many moments that you forget just how awful this has been. And then you guys hit the next one earlier. Chapman telling Casey Schmidt, throw the effing ball. And then Chapman slumps for like 2 months after that. He had a slugging under 300. Then you get walked off not once, but twice in the same day against the Phillies in the middle of the 6-game losing streak on the road. Then you get swept by the D-backs twice in 1 week and just revitalized Ketel Marte, who had been having a terrible season so far. And then against you, he has like 4 home runs in a week. Then you get worked by Kyle Harrison, who looks like a Cy Young candidate with Milwaukee, while Raffy Devers is out here getting struck out by that same guy. Then you lose a series to the Rockies. Then you get swept by the Marlins, and you almost lose a game to the Brewers where you were up 9 runs in the last inning. And if David Hamilton had hit a ball 5 feet further to center field, you would have been going to extras and probably would have lost that game. Then you get the Pride Night BS. Then you get, Hector Borg. Did we forget about Hector Borg and him losing the Giants in 3 games this season? Don't forget the game against the Marlins also. 4 errors, 5 walks, 4 hit batters in 1 game. And then you still look around at the rest of this team. You got Willie Adames with the worst fielding statistics of like any shortstop in Major League Baseball. Good thing the Giants gave him $181 million guaranteed dollars. Then you have the Raffy Devers thing most recently to cap it all off. And just mixed in throughout the rest of the season, you get numerous occasions of the team just hitting into double plays with runners in scoring position, second and third with less than 2 outs, and you can't score a run. The instances where the team is just like incapable of running the bases and just running into outs. Willie Adames forgetting how many outs there were while he's yucking it up with Mookie Betts and having a great time while the Giants are getting B to A. You know what I mean? And it gets worse. It has been so bad you forget all the bad moments, man.
Go ahead.
Hey, don't forget about this either, buddy. Might as well just don't forget about this either.
Part of it. That's all part of the fun times we've had here by the Bay all year. There's my guy. There's Captain Joy Adames. Yeah, we got guys humping each other in the outfield. None of it makes any sense to me. Listen, Triple E, I love you, buddy. Thank you for giving us some time today. And again, I encourage everybody to check Triple E out. He does a really good Giants show. Triple E, and it is on the Locked On network. And you'll be on live tonight after the game, Eric?
Tonight we actually will be taking a night off because I actually got guest list tickets to go see Kid Cudi down at the Shoreline. So I'm headed down to the Shoreline tonight.
Oh, have a great time, man.
Have a nice time. So.
Roll one up for me. You'll be doing yourself a favor, taking a night off in Giant baseball.
I'll leave you with this, man. I got some tips and tricks for enjoying Giants games right now, like while you're being forced to watch them. First one, go to the store, buy a 6-pack, something above 6%, drink the whole thing. Don't save any, none for the next day. That's all to be consumed probably before the end of the 6th inning. You know what I mean? Just so you can not have to remember the end of the game.
Nice.
I would also recommend building Legos. Lately, I've been building a lot of Lego sets while I'm watching the Giants game. My Darth Vader I got. You know what I mean? It's a nice little distraction. So as soon as you see Willie Adames, throw another ball to first base that ends up in the stands. Well, I at least can just focus on my Darth Vader helmet for a little bit here. Or I got another one. Visit your local dispensary, get a pack of gummies. Again, eat the entire thing. You can also do this in conjunction with your 6-pack. You know what I mean? And if you really are if the Giants are having another 16-2 performance against Milwaukee kind of thing, that's when you might need to start dipping into both. Or my personal favorite one, watch the game with a dartboard next to the TV, or maybe not right next to it, because you might end up just chucking it at the TV if you get a little too frustrated, but just kind of in the same room.
I love it.
And rotate player pictures. Like one day you got Willie Adames, the next day you got Caleb Killian, the next day you got Ryan Walker, the next day you got Rafi Devers, and just kind of rotate them. You know what I mean?
Hey,
and that'll help things. So just a little bit.
I love you, Triple E. No, good advice from a good man right here. Have a great time at Shoreline tonight, and we'll be watching you on Locked In. And thanks for hanging out with us today, brother. We'll do it again. We'll definitely be talking again, Triple E. Have a good one and have a good time tonight, bro.
You guys have a phenomenal day as well. Always happy to talk to you guys, and appreciate you bringing me on. Always happy to do it.
Cheers,
Hell
Triple
yeah,
E.
Triple E. Take care, brother.
Be good, man. And by the way, just as some reaction from the audience, first of all, Joe Cool, amazing call from Joe Cool coming in. Joe Cool 84. Triple E is giving me Matt Patricia vibes, dude. Phenomenal call. I never saw that. You see it, Tony? There's a lot of Patricia there. Give him a pencil, and it's a 10. It's a freaking 10. Dub City, yes, Triple E, get blackout drunk. I'm way ahead of you. And I do like the advice. He goes, yeah, drink the whole thing so you don't have to remember this game the next day. Tony, what do you think about the Patricia call?
I think it's a great call. I was just looking him up right now. I wanted to put a picture of him up on the show.
Yeah,
because that's a great call, dude.
It really is. Joe Cool's on it, man. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm trying to get a good picture of Triple E right now, dude. I mean, not Triple E, of Matt Patricia. Oh man, this is good stuff.
I can't wait to see this. Yeah.
Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Oh, there you go. Yeah, stand by. I apologize for the time.
You're good, man. You're good.
Fun. Yeah, there you go. There's Matt Patricia. There you go.
Yeah, dude, it's there. It's definitely there. I'm telling you, it's definitely there. Look at that. Same kind of disposition, dude. A big smile. I love Triple E. That's a great call, Joe Cool. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, Tony. Closing segment of the show here. We still got to do a Tom Stack spot too, so we can close with that. But
we'll do Tom Stack. Probably. I do want to say, this isn't usually our jam to do a show.
No, but at least it's not. But it's real. This is like a real thing. Like nobody's happy right now, so we're giving it to you. You know.
Yeah. So it's like this is more like a therapy session for.
Yeah, good.
And because I see a lot of people on the chat speaking a lot of sense and also trying to be very positive too, which I wholeheartedly appreciate. Pine Needle dropping some serious science on there about that, trying to have perspective and think big picture, which is what we do need to do, especially if Devers is going to be wearing the orange and black to 2033. Dude,
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, I know, but so I appreciate y'all just trying to flip the script, and we'll do more tomorrow and the rest of the week as well. We're gonna have Rags tomorrow night, and I'll be joining you guys from Palo Alto Little League Field on Middlefield Road in Palo Alto. And then we're going to have, I think we're going to have at least one more guest this week. Paulie's working on something. And I also emailed Jeff Clark also to talk Mavericks and Bay Area, basically Bay Area surfing with him. And I'm also working on the Global Madridista Miggy from Madrid, Spain, to talk some World Cup as well.
I want to get Miggy on the show. I really do, to get that kind of European view of the World Cup, especially stuff going on over here in the States. All right, guys. Tom Stack, listen, we're going to close the show with a Tom Stack spot here. We love Tom Stack. You do too. I think the ladies, it's obvious the ladies respond to Tom Stack. There's no question of that. And who is Tom Stack, you ask? Well, he's been a friend of mine for over a decade. He's also a broker with Coldwell Banker Realty. Tom Stack is a guy that I originally met through the Grateful Dead. He's a big Grateful Dead fan. He used to work for the band. He was a friend of Bill Walton's. So I used to run into Tom Stack all the time. Decades ago, just see him at shows. Oh, hey, Bill, Tom, all right. And then we started hanging out, and Tom has now started this new career with Coldwell Banker as a realtor. He's 20 years in the game, actually. He's been selling houses for 20 years here in the Bay Area, and he's a real people person. You know what I mean? He's a guy, he's like a city kid, grew up in the city, went to SI like Tony, like Dr. Matt Young's son, a big deadhead like I just told you, but he's a really passionate member of the Lafayette community. Lives over in Lafayette. There he is. There's my guy. And, produces shows over at Lafayette at the Town Hall Theater. I did a show he produced one time with the Freestone Peaches. He is also very active in the Lafayette the wine and what's it called? I don't want to say the wrong thing. The Taste of Lafayette, the annual spring restaurant crawl. They do that. His mug is all over the place on that. And then, of course, the Art and Wine Festival. Tom does the emceeing for the music stages there. Usually gets about 75,000 people. So if you're out in the East Bay in that area, you probably know Tom, but you might not know how serious he is about putting you in the right home. If you're looking for a new home, that's the time to call Tom Stack, 925-878-9964. You can always email Tom too, and just tell him what you're looking for. Tom, I need a 2-bedroom house. Tom, I need a studio. I need whatever your needs are, just let Tom know. And then take him off the leash and let him run wild, man. Tom.stack@cbnorcal.com. He will help find the right home for you in your price range. He's not one of these agents, and they're out there, folks. I've met them. Some agents are super pushy. They're thinking about their commission before they're thinking about your needs. And Tom's not like that. Tom's a good dude. Tom's a deadhead. He's real. He's going to listen to your needs. He's going to listen to your budget, and he's going to find something for you that works. And we all need that, man. When you're shopping for a house, you need the guidance. You need the assistance, and you need the expertise. Tom Stack brings all of that to the table. In fact, his mantra, his slogan for his company is, he will treat you like a rock star. Ever wonder what that's felt like? Do business with Tom Stack and you'll find out. Talk to Tom today. Tony's going to tell you about the specialty neighborhoods he works in, but he's primarily in the East Bay, properties in the East Bay. But if you're in the North Bay, South Bay City, wherever you are in the Bay Area, talk to Tom. If he can't do it himself, he will at least connect you with another trustworthy agent like in your neighborhood. And it's always better like that, man. It's better to have a referral than to go in blind and be like, hi, everybody, I'm looking for a house. You know what they'll do? They'll be like, oh, cool. We just got a sucker on the line. Watch me get everything I can from this guy. That's not Tom. Tom is the opposite of that. So do business with Tom Stack, 925-878-9964. When it's time for you to buy a house, Tom's the guy, Tony.
Buy or sell, Tom Stack, and also word of mouth. Again, spread the word. If you know somebody looking to buy or sell, tell them about Tom Stack. He knows people all over the Bay Area, but he specializes in the East Bay, specifically La Miranda Corridor, Lafayette, Moraga, Orinda, but also the greater East Bay, Concord, Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, Oakland, all those areas. Tom specializes in that, is his hub, and he knows what the hell he's doing. And I just want to finish, Paulie, with the testimonial, because we like to do testimonials from Tom Stack. And this goes to show you, Paulie, that it's not just a transaction. The way that listen to this testimonial. It says, this is from Rachel and Cole. They moved from Walnut Creek to Pleasant Hill. They said, thank you so much for your support, Tom. Thank you so much for your care and your time and your expertise, as well as we went through our sale and purchase. You were so amazing to work with, and we are so grateful that my sister and I ran into you at your open house that fateful day. Nice. All the stars aligned with you on our team. We can't wait to have you over to celebrate when we're moved in. So, like, that should tell you right there that it wasn't just a transaction, that they wanted to have Tom over to celebrate.
Yeah.
After the fact. Like, that goes.
And then when he went over to celebrate, the wife of the family was probably like, Tom, would you mind slipping into some swim trunks? I just want to check out your physique. You know what I mean? They got Tom like modeling clothes around the Tom, walk across the floor and drop your clipboard. I just want to watch. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. But you'll see, dude, the ladies respond to Tom Stack. I've seen it over and over again. Yeah.
Well, perfectly said, Vlad. Yeah. Very well said. So yeah. So point being is it's not just a transaction. The client is a friendship to Tom, and he takes care of you before, during, and after, and he checks in. And if you've met Tom's, you know what I'm talking about. Tom will come to the Giants game, I'm pretty sure, on August 14th. You can meet him then. Great dude. If you know somebody looking to buy or sell, get in touch with Tom. Tom.stack@cbnorcal.com is the email. That's tom.stack@cbnorcal.com. Or you can give him a call or send him a text.
That's
Tom Stack. Yeah, why not?
I like that, Tony. Send him a text.
Send him a text.
Send
right?
him a text. I like that. Just shrug. I don't know. Send him a text. Like a gentleman.
I'll wrap it up. 925-878-9964. 925-878-9964.
Okay, thank you, Creative Tony, and thank all of y'all. Final word goes to Aaron Kask, riffing like a lunatic today. He goes, unlike Devers, Tom Stack is going to put the success of you over his own ego and needs. Well said, Tom Stack. 49er Red Zone. Tom Stack looks chill as fudge. Nice, dude. Yeah. That little wedge of fudge sounds good right about now with the walnuts. I could go for some of that. Escobar cheeks. I see you, brother. Yes, T.
I'm just going, well, hold on.
The rules are there ain't no rules.
I'm gonna go to a couple of supers at the end of the show here. So if you'll stand by.
Sure.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
We don't need no stinking badges. He actually sent the salary cap now super. But before that, earlier in the show, he says we need a. I don't know what he's trying to say.
Rita? Is he asking for Rita Oak?
Oh, maybe
He's
it's
probably asking for
Rita.
Rita because she's from Portugal. That's my guess. It was a typo, right, Badges? You were talking about Rita Oak. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's a great call, Paulie. So we need a Rita hit on the World Cup. Yes, and keep following her on
we're not
Instagram.
done. We're not done with Rita. No matter what, even if we don't get her on the World Cup, we'll definitely get her for football. And by the way, dude, there is a light at the end of this Giants tunnel, and that is, Tony, you realize we got preseason ball. I'm talking football coming up in about 6 weeks. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Sure, as long as Ayuk's nowhere near the pigskin or the field, that's fine with me. And Paulie, Rita Oaks, I just want to promote her Instagram page at Rita Oak _art at Rita Oak _art. If you want to check her out and check out all of her work, and she has a link to the merch page where you can buy her stuff. Stinky Badges, thank you for both supers today, brother. Thank you. And then Sweet Mad Hatter says it's time for Giants management to nut up or shut up. And by the way, on that note, 2:00, Buster Posey press conference. So we'll see what he's going to address the media at 2:00. So
and whatever Buster says today, folks, we'll address it tomorrow night. And again, like Tony said, we got to wish Tony good luck in his game tomorrow night. He'll be checking in from a field in Palo Alto, but Rags will be my co-pilot tomorrow night, all the way via satellite from New Jersey. I just like saying satellite. Shout out Lou Reed, Satellite of Love. All right. Anyway, good track, by the way. Rags, I'll see you tomorrow night. And Centaur, Arkansas, Dave, Badges, Red Zone, JJ, Escobar, you know what I mean? Joe Cool. I'm just trying to give everybody some love. Arkansas Dave, we love you guys. Thank you for supporting the show so much. And everybody have a nice Tuesday. I don't know, Giants, A's, watch at your own peril. I'll be watching. We'll see what happens. Maybe we do like Eric Triple E said, drink a 6-pack during the game. So if it's another disaster, well, at least we won't remember it in the morning. You know what I mean? So anyway, we'll see.
We got World Cup. Don't forget World Cup too. We got England. England, Ghana on right now. It's 0-0, and then we got we have Panama, Croatia later at 4:00. So World Cup soccer as well. If you want to just get into, I think I saw Robot Centaur in the chat saying, "I'm not going to worry about Giants. I'm watching World Cup." I think
smart man. That's why Robot Centaur is so chill. He's got that steady hand. He's got 4 kids, and you're like, how is this guy so composed all the time? Because he doesn't subject himself to giant idiocy. And we got World Cup, and Gravy's right. We got some NBA draft. You might want to check in on that too. So
11th pick, Paulie. 11th pick.
We didn't even talk about Giannis going to Miami. We never got into that. But Giannis is in Miami. We got all week. We'll get into that. It doesn't affect us.
I don't really know what there is to say about it, except he's a member of the Heat. Okay.
And how many games? What's he over under on how many games he plays next year? I'll say 50 tops.
Yeah. Load management, Paulie. They make the rules. The coaches, they don't make the rules anymore. So
hey, Sutter. I see a new name out there. Sutter. Want to say thank you, dude. Thank you for watching the show today. And thanks to all of y'all. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting the show. We're back tomorrow night at 8:00 for the high noon, or for the night flight rather. And go Giants, go World Cup, NBA draft. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow night. Tony, take us home.
I will, Paulie. I also want to thank everybody over on Instagram Live watching the show. Thank you very much. And just a reminder that if you go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles, please like and subscribe. And then also our audio versions are available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And check us out on the Cron 4 Plus app. We are there on demand. Every show is there on demand. And then every night at 11:30 on Cron 4. And Paulie, if you're watching Cron 4 around 11:25, you'll see the commercial that Paulie and I put together every day right after this show. And we're so thankful to be a part of the Cron 4 Plus family. And Paulie, I want to do a special thank you. I just checked out Instagram Live. Amy Trask watching over there on Instagram Live. So hello to one of our freaking favorite people in the world.
Love Amy Trask. Love you, Amy. Mwah. Yes.
Thank you for checking out the show, Amy, and hope all is well in your world. On that note, Paulie.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time.
Thank you, Creative Tony, and thanks all of y'all. Enjoy this beautiful day, man. Even though the Giants suck, it is beautiful outside. Hopefully Buster says something meaningful in about a half an hour. I'll be watching and listening, and I know a lot of you will be too, and we will see all of y'all tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all.